It's just feeling. It's love.
Not a lot of people know that Tyler Perry actually has a son, and there's a reason for that. Tyler's done what he can to keep his kid out of the public eye, but over the years he shared some pretty unbelievable things about his son and the way that he's choosing to raise him. And you guys won't believe what he said. Tyler's son is already 9 years old. His mother, Galila Beckel, began dating Tyler after they met at a Prince concert back in 2007. In 2014, they gave birth to their son, Aman, whose name means peace. During an interview with People in 2017, Tyler revealed the cute way that he first found out that he was going to be a dad. While the couple were FaceTiming, Galila apparently lifted up a pregnancy stick as a way to share the news. Tyler realized at that moment that his life would be different from then on, but he had no idea just how different. A lot of us didn't even think that having kids was something that Tyler actually wanted. I mean, he was already 44 when Galila got pregnant, but in a 2013 interview with Steve Harvey, he admitted that he was thinking of starting a family when he was 45, and he'd previously shared that he knew he'd be a good dad. So I guess it wasn't as random as some of us might have thought. Not long after Aman was born, Tyler told people that fatherhood was surreal, incredible, and moving.
That fatherhood thing, man, it's real.
He posted a picture of his baby's crib on Instagram and captioned it with some truly beautiful words. He wrote that he traveled the world trying to find the peace that he had when he was holding his sleeping son in his arms. Months later, at the New York City premiere of Selma, he revealed some more seriously touching things about his little boy. He said that he saw his face in his son every day and that it was pretty wonderful. He went on to add that he was surprised by how much of a personality he had of his own, and he realized that his kid had come to him with his own life and that his life was not Aman's and Aman's was not his. He was just there to usher him. As Aman got older, Tyler talked about the difficulties of parenthood, but how ultimately it was all worth it. In a 2019 interview with People, he confessed that even the things that were driving him crazy still brought him joy. So he didn't mind answering the thousands of questions his son wanted to know. But why are there so few pictures of Aman? And why has Tyler kept his kid away from the spotlight when so many other celebrities these days like to do the opposite? Well, it might not surprise you that some famous people don't really want to pass the burden of fame onto their children. When speaking to AARP, the magazine, Tyler opened up about how he didn't want his son to experience fame the same way he had, at least not while he was growing up. He explained that his son was not famous and that he wanted him to have as normal a life as he could. He wanted him to know what it was like to have his own name and his own life and not have the pressure of trying to live up to whatever or whoever his father was. In 2022, we did find out that Aman had some understanding of what it meant to be a celebrity. Tyler shared a funny anecdote during an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show. He'd apparently asked Aman if he knew what famous was, and his son answered that it was when a lot of people know your name. Tyler then gently explained that by that definition, some people thought that he himself was famous, and an unfazed Aman just asked if they could finish the picture they were coloring together.
He doesn't care who I am in the room. He's climbing all over me.
But just because Tyler doesn't want his son to be well recognized by the public doesn't mean that he hasn't allowed him to be surrounded by celebrities. Apparently, Aman had a super Hollywood christening in 2015. It was held in Tyler's Beverly Hills home where he built his own church in the backyard, and it was attended by stars like Jennifer Hudson, Gayle King, and Oliver Ripley. And you're not going to believe who Aman's godmother is. You can't really get more famous than this person. It's Tyler's good friend, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, can you even imagine if Oprah was your godmother? When he was on The Real, Tyler told the talk show host that Oprah always gave the best gifts. But that doesn't mean that Aman has gotten all the presents that he's ever dreamed of. In fact, his parents said that they were doing what they could to make sure their son was grounded and balanced. At the 2022 Tribeca Film Festival, Tyler admitted that his son did not get everything he wanted. For birthdays, he'd get a gift or two, and for Christmas, he'd get a gift or two. Tyler pointed out that Aman didn't have a job, he didn't have any money, and he shared that he was teaching his son about the struggle, and that he and Galila had taught him about what a blessing it was to have anything. He said that Aman got that, and that they wanted to make sure he maintained that. In the documentary about Tyler's life called Maxine's Baby, the Tyler Perry story, there was an exceptionally adorable scene with him and his child. In it, Aman asked his dad why he was was working so hard? And Tyler answered that it was because he wanted Amen to have a really good future and for them to have a really good life, so they could travel and have fun and help other people, which I guess shows just how much Tyler values teaching his son the importance of a good work ethic. But he has admitted that it hasn't always been easy for him not to spoil Amen. People reported that Tyler wanted to give his baby boy everything because he didn't have that growing up. He confessed that he knew how dangerous that could be though, and he went on to reveal that he had friends who had wealthy kids and joked that he wanted to punch them in the face, calling them obnoxious. He then gushed about how Amen was a sweet boy with a very empathetic spirit. You can really tell that he is super proud of the kind of person his kid is growing up to be. But there is something that Tyler still hasn't been able to break to his son just yet, and honestly it's easy to understand why he's finding it hard to tackle this sensitive subject. In an interview with AARP, Tyler opened up about how he hadn't had the conversation about race and equality with Amen yet. He wanted to hold out as long as he could. He didn't want to tell him that there were people who judged him because of the color of his skin. At the time of the interview, Amen was in a school which had every race, and apparently when he described his friends to his father, he never defined them by race. Tyler explained that the moment his son lost that innocence would be a very sad day for him, but that he knew it was coming because he'd already been asking some really tough questions. It seems like Tyler doesn't want to put too much pressure on Amen when it comes to who he wants him to be when he grows up, but there are some things that he hopes for his son. He confessed that he wanted him to be more than anything was somebody who'd seen injustice, speak out against it, and affect change. When speaking to Essence Yes Girl podcast, he was asked if he was hoping that his son would one day take over the media empire he's created, and his answer might surprise you. Tyler admitted that he would love to give his son the keys to the studio for him to take over while he went off to retire and relax in some island.
Nobody passed things on to us, so I want to be able to pass it all on to him if he wants.
The cool thing is that Tyler's already decided that he isn't going to force his legacy onto his son. He said that if that wasn't Amen's dream, he just wanted whatever it was that he did do to be special and amazing. So it really sounds like Tyler is a good dad. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you believe Tyler is doing the right thing by keeping his son away from the spotlight? Do you think Amen's parents will manage to keep him grounded even though he lives in Beverly Hills and is surrounded by famous people? Let me know in the comments below.